How does a team go from a 50-year Super Bowl drought to bringing home the Lombardi Trophy on their first try? Well, typically, there's no magic solution to a team's woes when it comes down to needing big plays when the lights are bright. However, this seems to be a special case. The Kansas City Chiefs were able to add a key piece to an already potent offense, and within the blink of an eye, they got the closest they had ever been to being a part of football's favorite Sunday. Now, for those of you who are confused, that key piece is the 2018 NFL MVP, 2019 Super Bowl champion, and game MVP, Patrick Mahomes II. At the age of just 24 years old, Mahomes has thrown for a total of 9,412 yards, 76 touchdowns against just 18 interceptions. This gives the young phenom a respectable quarterback rating of 108.9 out of 158.3 for his entire career. Mahomes also joins very little yet elite company as only the second quarterback to ever throw for 5,000 plus yards and 50 touchdowns in a single NFL season. To be exact, he threw for 5,097 yards in the 2018 season, and the only other signal caller to do so is the legendary and soon-to-be Hall of Fame eligible Peyton Manning with 55 touchdowns and 5,477 yards in the 2013 season. Mahomes is obviously a generational talent that only comes around so often, and in more recent news he's set to be paid like it. With 2 years left on his rookie deal for $27.2 million, Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs have reached an agreement for a massive 10-year contract worth of the $503 million. This will keep the quarterback in Kansas City through the 2031 NFL season. So after making massive waves in the media time and time again, what's going to happen for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs over the next 12 years? Well, let's discuss that right here, right now. Sit back and enjoy, drop a like, press that subscribe button, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a video. Also, drop a comment on who you want to see next and your thoughts on today's video. With that being said, welcome to Up Next. Episode 1, Patrick Mahomes. Only being 3 years into his career and having already achieved football's greatest prize, what else is there left for Mahomes to do in the NFL? This inspires a legendary quote from Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Namath: "If you aren't going to go all the way, why go at all?" This tells me that we haven't seen the last of him in the Super Bowl, but on the contrary, we have seen him there for what is the first of many times. That brings me to number 1. Mahomes is going to be in and win the Super Bowl again before his contract extension starts. No athlete is going to be satisfied with one championship in their respective sport if they can help it. I believe this applies to Mahomes, and honestly, after the last time I did it, I'm no longer too keen on the practice of betting against him. However, no one produces at their most efficient level forever, and though he has pulled off the seemingly impossible on more than one occasion, it's best to get it while the getting is good. Simply put, while Mahomes still has his agility and big arm, the Chiefs might want to win now, before it becomes more difficult later on. It was also reported by USA Today that the Chiefs had exactly $177 in cap space available as of March 30th of this year. So, there were essentially no transactions for the football club during the offseason that could immediately affect the team other than the signing of their unproven rookies. Speaking of winning championships, here's number 2. The Chiefs will be the first team since the Patriots in 2004 and 2005 to repeat as Super Bowl champs. They will be just the 7th team in the Super Bowl era to do so, behind the Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Denver Broncos. Each of the key pieces for all those championship teams that are eligible for the Hall of Fame have received football's greatest honor and proudly wear their gold jackets. If Mahomes pulls this off, He could not only be guaranteed a spot in Canton, but he might just be first ballot. On his journey to Canton, Mahomes might just rack up a lot of Super Bowl appearances and win most of them, which reminds me of another quarterback I know, Tom Brady. Brady has been on the big stage 9 times and won 6 of them. Most fans get tired of seeing old TB12 almost every single February. This brings me to number 3. Mahomes will become the player that everyone loves to hate. I thought so. At first, fans were saying, wow, this guy's amazing. From there, majority of fans whose favorite teams have already been knocked out of contention will have to pick a side. And a good portion of them will hope that the team facing the soon-to-be legend is able to eke out a victory. Who's to say these kinds of things might even end up being the big talk up to it are just as popular as the big game itself. Number 4. The AFC Wars Volume 2. To true football fans, the game with the best halftime show isn't always going to be the game of the year. Despite the fact it's the best team from each conference, it sometimes won't or can't feature those dream matchups that the little kid inside all of us truly crave. For instance, the 2 best quarterbacks in a conference going head to head is a huge game anytime it happens throughout the season. Just as the game itself evolves, so do the rivalries that we all remember and iconicize for a lifetime. From 2 of the most dominant pocket passers in NFL history to what just might be 2 of the most dominant mobile quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Yesterday, it was Manning versus Brady. Today, it's Jackson versus Mahomes. If you've been sleeping under a rock for a while, I'm referring to the Baltimore Ravens quarterback and current league MVP, Lamar Jackson. But back to our main subject. There's always a primary winner and a primary loser in these classic showdowns, and I for one believe that there is no way Patrick Mahomes will allow himself to be the latter. And last but not least, number 5, Hall of Fame bound. For the same reason he won't allow himself to come in second place, I believe that when Mahomes steps off the field for the final time, he'll essentially have his gold jacket waiting on the sideline. Being voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame is probably the biggest honor in the sport. The requirement to be nominated is that Mahomes or any other player would have to be retired from the sport for a minimum of 5 years. Those who are voted in immediately after that time period ends are recognized as first ballot Hall of Famers. This is a group which I believe Mahomes will definitely join. With some impressive stats through his first 2 seasons, I feel it is reasonable to say that Mahomes will have some downright insane numbers to show off by then. However, for right now, Mahomes has become the first of many players featured right here on Up Next, and thank you all for tuning in. If you watched the entire video, comment "I'm next" down below. I will see you all next time.